I hope I've done it right. Yeah. Yeah, of course I've done it right. It's me. I do everything right. Okay. I'm here today to do whatever it is that I do on War Thunder. Can I hear it? I never tested if I can hear through my headphones. I can hear through my headphones. I've got stuff playing. Yes. Okay. So I can hear it. That's good. That means the stream can hear it too. Yes. And with some luck, you can't hear the song that's playing in my head, because I don't want that. Couldn't never want something such as despicable as copyrighted music playing in your own video. That's like a crime or something. Alright, so yeah, I pressed the streaming and not recording. I had to record something earlier, or at least I tried to record something earlier, and so I just making sure I pressed the right button. Today, I did say, this is something else that I'm probably going to have to explain at some point. I did say at the end of during the last stream, that today's stream was going to be City Skylines 2, depending on how that released. And I bought it this morning, installed it, and it worked perfectly fine. Well, everyone was complaining about it on the thing, in the reviews, and so I thought, you know, instead of just waiting for it to get updated and to work, I was like, well, I have to own it now. But a lot of people were saying that I didn't mean to do that. A lot of people were saying that it's not very. That the game is fine, that the game is good, and that it's just performance. But if you've got a decent enough computer, you can sort of power through it. So I was like, I'll risk it, and it works fine. The only problem is, I could hear my computer beginning to heat up, which is a weird thing to be able to hear, honestly, but I could hear the fans going, and I don't really want to spend 3 to 4 hours playing a game with the fans going as hard as they were going. Well, they were gonna get, if it's starting to go that much from the moment I turned it on, it's over for a 3-hour stream. So I'm gonna do this instead, because I just love playing War Thunder. I could have started something else, actually. I thought about starting a different game, but I didn't plan on doing that, and so this is my backup. This is my fallback, just in case shit hits the fan and I need to change my plans immediately. This is what I fall back on. But City Skylines seems like it's going to be good. It just needs to get updated properly, and then we can then I can either play it, or maybe it doesn't even need to be updated. Maybe I can just wait for it to just wait a couple of days. Hi, Insomniac, it's me. I'm huffing and puffing and stuttering, and I can't think of a word that rhymes with stuttering. Are you alright? I'm alive and well. Well is a strong word, but I'm alive. I'm living. I was just talking nonsense about how I was gonna play City Skylines 2, but decided not to because it made my computer cry. Hi, Nugget. Are you you're here? Yes, last time last time you appeared, I knew you were going to arrive, and so I purposefully ended the stream. Hi, Maya. I know into streaming just made popcorn. I stream at the same time every time I stream, I'll be honest. Every time I stream, it's always this time. I'm gonna regret doing what I'm doing right here, but honestly, sometimes you gotta live a life with a few regrets. If your life doesn't end with you having regrets, you've not lived a good life. I think that's a fairly reasonable assumption. You're good, but it's 2 AM and you're going to fight God. Well, good luck. I've heard God's pretty strong. In my years. my old pastor at church told me that God is very strong. What is that? Scary? Scary. T80 to my right. It's a Chinese thing. Does that have oppression to take me out? No, it's based on a Russian tank. No, it was a Macabre. Never mind. I thought it was a Chinese vehicle. You got beef? That's you better fight him good. Sorry, my brain turned off for a second. I think everyone has beef with God. God's a picky creature. Roger, I've chosen a really hardcore time viewer rise considering it's too late for Aussies and too early for Europeans and Americans. Yeah, but it's just right for me. Because I need this time. I can't stream too early. I can't. What did I just kill? I killed Abrams. I can't stream much earlier, and I can't stream much later. What's hitting me? Sort of things. Guns and things. God is a special word you can't say on Twitch. You can't. You get caught saying God, it's over. The Lord above will come and smite you down with lightning more powerful than a nuclear bomb. Speaking of nuclear bombs. Oh, it didn't land on me. Never mind. Oh wait, it's still coming. Give it a sec. Oh no, it's not a bomb. It's an engine I hear. I don't know what's been hitting me this whole time. I'm kind of just stuck here. Something's shooting at me. I don't know what though. It's you. You better bloody well stop. Because I will have to call the authorities. There we go. So many Abrams. They're everywhere. The tank qualified. No, get out. Get your hands off my tank. I bought the Leopard 2A4 the other day, like the actual Tetri one. What coincidence? Jesus is a friend of it. Jesus is a friend of all of us. It's God who's the problem. God causes a problem because he is all up there saying like, oh, I know everything. I know this, I know that. I see you when you're sleeping. I see you when you wake. I know when you've been bad or good. He says all those things. Jesus doesn't. Jesus doesn't know any of those things because he's just a guy. He's got healing powers, but honestly, what's the difference between him and a doctor at this point in time? He's no different than like a tribal shaman of that era. God, on the other hand, he knows too much. Or at least he claims to. He also claims to have a lot of powers that you never see him use in this day and age, which is unfortunate because I think I'd like to see like a great flood. I think that a great flood or a burning bush that talks to you, all those things sound like they'd be a lot of fun. Like, historical miracles in a modern day setting would make the world a whole lot more interesting. You got to admit. You think there was a slight miscommunication about God and Saint Nick in my childhood? What? Yeah, well, I mean, I go to church on Christmas Sunday, or whatever Christmas Day is. You go to church on Christmas Day, so... And... you celebrate, you know, God's birthday or whoever's birthday on Christmas. So it has to be the same guy. He rides his magical sleigh. He rides his magical sleigh and has his three wise men that pull it. He flies through the sky, bringing gifts to all the children and boys. I've seen 2 tanks go past this little area here, and I've not seen a single one come out the other end. Apart from right now. Ah. Anything here? Reminds you of the meme that was like, Jesus is the cure for cancer. Oh, you better publish that research and earn a Nobel Prize. Yeah. You better. Jesus is over there keeping it all from us. He's a mean little guy. You want to go to church, get baptized, but then light and hide black bath bombs in your clothes. That would be a shock. I've been to a number of baptisms in my time, and not a single person had the spirit of the devil get removed from them during it. I think they're a scam. I think we should start having I think we should have like Twitch baptisms. I should be able to gain like a baptism license and just buy like a bath and just bathe people and be like, yeah, you're now baptized in the name of me. Is it like something that I need to get? Who shot me there? It feels like it came from over there. Something that I need to confess to everyone. Oh, it's up the guy up there. Why are there's just Abrams everywhere? Never mind. Something that I need to tell you. I want to know if this is sacrilegious or not. Is that when I was in church back when I used to do church related things, my dad was on the baptism team. He was the guy who baptized people, and once the as a result of that, it meant that I would have to stay later after church to as my dad like puts away the you know, he drains the he just got a not blow up, you know, those plastic paddling pool things, a swimming pool that you get, they're like 20 feet in diameter or so. He was the guy who, you know, filled it up and did whatever. They just cleared a space in the main little big hall. Is it sacrilegious that during that time I just went and just fucking splashed around in the holy water? Like, they would baptize people in it, and then like for a few hours as it was draining, I just went around. I was just like balls out, splashing around inside this paddling pool. Absolutely haram. Am I going to hell for that? Is it over? That was like the best part about going to the baptisms, is getting to play in the water afterwards. Da, da, na, na, da, na, na, da, na, na, na. I never used to like going to baptisms. Actually, no, I kind of did, because they were always just a little bit more, they were slightly more interesting church services than the regular ones. A phantom, yeah, it is. Wow. Don't try and repair me, thank goodness. Because you're going to get domed by this guy. He is struggling to do that. But yeah, I used to be a God-fearing Christian boy. It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. What the fuck? What was I just invisible for a second there? What the fuck? Have I finally earned did I earn the grace of God? What the fuck was this? Where's he gone? I just got blessed by Jiminy Criminy himself. Where'd the guy go? Did he die? No, he's just driven off. Alright, I guess. You've been to church once, miserable experience. You'd rather face the pit of fire than the pit of boredom. Fuck it, we ball. I I went to the church I went to was a very, it was a much more modern church. I'm gonna have a cool down, aren't I, if I don't take all these out? I am the last one alive. Well, last one on the ground. I went to a modern church, we played like rock music. It was Christian rock, obviously, and most of it was just our God is an awesome God constantly. Actually, I say that, but that was when I was a lot younger. We listened to Our God is an Awesome God. We had like a live band who would play, and everyone in it was rather young. Although that was until recently, which I don't go to the church anymore. I just hear whispers of it from my dad. But apparently it's no longer as like youthful and cheery as it used to be. It's a lot more old and depressing. So after people got their sins washed away, bread sucked all that in. That's how I am. That's what I am now. Yeah, that is how I turned into this. I sucked up people's sins. I'm a sin sucker. But yeah, I haven't been to church in ages. The last time I went to the church that I used to go to was when when my sister got married. The embodiment of religion, old and depressing. You say that though, yeah. But have you ever seen like black gospel churches? They look like they're genuine. They look like they're praising the Lord properly. You know, when you ever see like a gospel choir, it's usually American. But like they know what they're doing. They know how to praise God right. They're happy, they're clapping, they're singing, they're dancing. They're doing all manner of things that like Puritans probably would see as sinful. I just see that as like, that's how you praise the Lord. You know. I think that's kind of what my church used to try and replicate a little bit. But they inevitably kind of seem to stop. Da, 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 da. But most of it, like I said, there was a lot of old people there, but like I was young and a kid, so to be fair, I didn't really know the difference between an old person and a medium-aged person. It was a great time. I've said many times, I used to just sit at the back of the hall playing Call of Duty Zombies on my iPod with my friend. I'm definitely going straight to hell for that one. The preachers at the front, like screaming and shouting about how we're all going to hell for like looking at femboys or whatever was the hit thing back in the 2000s, and I was at the back playing Nectar and Totten. It was great. That's the only reason that I liked going to church, and even then that was liked is a strong word. And David danced before the Lord with all his might is the only exception you'll make. I've said it before, biblical canon is a lot of fun. Like I'm talking like full on Catholic Christian, like Puritanism level, not Puritanism, the people who like believe the word of the Bible down to the letter. Like that's fun. Not because of the things they believe. A lot of the things they believe is just actively harmful to the world. But in terms of like the mythology behind it.
Siggest Nosal Chid X10, why don't you sit right back? And I may tell you a tale. A tale of 3 little pigs. And a big, bad wolf. Well, the first little piggy, well, he was kinda hicky. He spent most of his days just to dreaming of the city. And then one day, he bought a guitar. He moved to Hollywood to become a star. But living on the farm, he knew nothing of the city, built his house out of straw. What a pity.
That's unfortunate, that is. That poor little pig. That's... I can't believe that Big Bad Wolf... Big Bad Wolf... Fuck.
Siggest Nosal Chid X10, and then one day, jamming on some chords, along came the wolf, knocking on his door. Little pig, let me in, not by the hair of my chin, little pig, let me in, not by the hair of my chin, well, I'm huffing, I'm puffing, I'll blow your house in huffing, puffing, blow your house in huffing, puffin', blow your house in huffing and a puffin', and I'll blow your house in.
I think you've just documented a crime. You just fuck off. Fuck did that? Answer me. Don't just fucking. Oi!
Siggest Nozzle Shit X10, well, the second little piggy, well, he was kinda stoked. He spent most of his day just in ganja smoking, huffing and puffing down on Venice Beach getting paid money for religious speech. He built his shelter from what he garbage picked, mostly made up of old cans and sticks. Then one day he was cranking out Bob Marley and along came the wolf on his big, bad Harley. Little pig, let me in.
What is this? What has this been? I was gonna say, like, yeah, as Maya said, is this some crazy fucking? Oh, so the smoke being hit. Nope, never mind. Smoke being hit doesn't do anything. Who's shooting at us? I can't see a single. There's no. I'm not seeing any smoke get kicked up, so I can't see where we're being shot at from. Is it there?
Siggest knows old shit X10, well, the third little piggy. The grade A student, his daddy was a rock star named Pig Nugent, earned his master's degree from Harvard College, built his house from his architect knowledge, a tri-level mansion, Hollywood Hills, daddy's rock stardom, paid for the bills, and then one day came the old house smasher, the big, bad wolf, the little piggy slash a little pig, let me in, not by the hair of my chin.
Fuck off. I'm pissed, that's my fault for being an idiot. I'm blaming UC for this one. No, I'm not. I'm blaming this awful map. Can you believe that with thermals like this, the T72 terms is 0.3 battle ratings lower? It's irrelevant, I know. I just thought I'd let you know. Thank you for the amount of bits that was. I will report this wolf and also marijuana usage to the proper authorities.
Siggest knows old shit X10, well, the big bad wolf, well, he
It's
huffed
never
and
an
he puffed,
excuse to
all that he
scream
could,
like
and lo and
pigs.
behold, the little piggy's house stood. It's made out of concrete. The little piggy shouted, the wolf just frowned as he patted. So they called 911. Like any piggy would, they sent out Rambo just as fast as they could. Yo, wolf face, I'm your worst nightmare, your ass is mine. Well, the wolf fell dead, as you can plainly see, so that's to end the story for you and me.
Oh, what a polite story. Now, excuse me while I go and commit several crimes. It's already happening. The hatred is already coming in. But then again, I don't like maps like this. Is there any reason for me to bring out more vehicles? Well, come over here, actually. I could try over here. Are you alright, Siggy? Are you in a phase of where you want to relive your childhood, but you don't want to admit it to other people, and so you found songs where where it's singing about whatever the fuck has been going on, and you're also singing about little pigs. Da, 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 da. You're not doing well for once. I like how weirdly I react. Not react. How weirdly I respond to things. In that I read it, see it, and then go back to the game, and then eventually read out what I've said, so it looks like I'm just lagging in real life. I've got the brain of someone who lags. If you did you get told off in school for not doing your homework? I used to like cry if I got told off in school. Only until the age of like 15, and then after there I got my act together, you know. You can get away with crying in school up to about the age of 16, but I thought, you know what, it's a little bit too late at this point. That's a lie, by the way. If you're the age of 15 and you're crying in school, stop. If you're crying in school to get your way, like to have your way, like to get people to agree with you, then stop. If you're crying because someone punched you in the eyes, you know, you can't, you are justified in that. I'll give you that one. You can cry if someone punches you in the eyes. You recently started having small seizures and no one knows why. The doctor just said we'll see what happens. That's slightly scary. Is it have you been going on some like strange diet? Is it this strange protein diet you've been going on? I wouldn't. Yeah, no, a friend that I had back just coming out of school. Well, we'd been friends for a while, but coming out of school, I had a friend that one day just we were talking fine. I sent him an email. I sent him a link to sorry, I'd been talking to someone about a job, and it was not something that I could do, but I knew my friend was capable of doing it, so I sent him a link to that, and then I sent him that, and then a couple of days later, I just didn't hear from him since. I just out of nowhere he stopped talking to me, and eventually, like a month or so later, I think he sent me a fucking message. He sent me a message of him in the hospital and was like, oh yeah, I had a seizure and fell over in the shower. So that was it can just happen to anyone, because apart from his extreme marijuana smokage, he'd never as far as I'm aware, he'd never had it like that before. And then just out of nowhere, he was like, oh yeah, I fucking smacked my head on the tap in the shower and almost died. You need to go to a couple of different doctors to get checked, and you have appointments for x-rays and stuff. Yeah. The human body is weird. Sometimes things just change. You just wake up one morning and everything's different. Oops. I'm sure you'll be fine. Well, fine as someone who's had a seizure can be. What the fuck is that? Oh. It's actually 25, I think. He's already been shot out of the sky. Or is being shot out of the sky. Over there? Nope. Just have to just take it day by day, I guess. See how it goes. I'm not experienced in medical science. Tomorrow you wake up with a third leg and dog ears. I can think of a couple people who'd be very willing to pay for that. Just a wyvern in the sky. Ugh. This has not been a fun game. I don't like. I don't know why I'm playing 10.3. I don't like 10.3. Well, no, sometimes I do. Right now I don't. What's this radar picking up? Is this, you know, the radar that this has? Is this radar like normal radar, or is it like some other type of radar? Do aircraft know that they're being pinged by this? Not the tracker. I know that's IR. They can't know that. You're not a doctor, but you can take a look. Yeah, just, you know, bend over and cough for me. They know and they hate it. Good. I'm glad they hate it. Anything to make the people in aircraft have a worse time. Is that? That might be his drone. Is it going away from us? No. You almost wrote radar is sinny. It's just a little bit of sin. Using a radar is an affront to God. I don't know why I always just randomly revert to thinking about MatPat when I go silent for a second. It wasn't a bad seizure at all. It wasn't violently writhing on the ground, but shaking mildly for no reason. Well, I hope that you are fine. Like it's nothing too serious, and you can just take some paracetamol. Maybe you just need to become a weed smoker. I heard that helps with everything. Why is this? What's this? Not that. Anything over there? Is it just like picking up trees and shit? Is it there? No, that's a speck on my screen. Da, 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 da. Your radio's like, excuse me, Mr. Cass, I wanted to reach you about your plane's extended free repair. That's a boy can dream. A boy can dream about having an extended free repair. Weed's becoming legal in Germany. Why is Germany so cool? Why is Europe cool? Europe as a whole is a cool place. Meanwhile, England's getting worse and worse. I was outside the other day. This is going to be my eat the rich speech, by the way. I just want you to know that I fucking hate rich people. No, I hate traditional rich people. Modern rich people, I like you know, new money, so to speak. I don't hate, but some of that I do, like, you know, XQC I would consider to be new money, and I don't. Some of the things that he buys, I'm like, all right, you know, X or whatever people call him. You know, that's a bit of a strange thing to buy, but I respect that at least you're not causing. You know, you're not doing what I want, what I hate, which is that fucking. I was out on a walk the other day, and I was wandering around. I went to the rich part of town. Yeah, well, the richer part of town. I live in the working class part of town, and I went to the middle class part of town, middle to high, the sort of place where a number of the buildings. It's a drone. A number of the buildings have pillars on the out front. You know that someone's rich if they've got pillars on the front of their house. So I was walking around there, and I noticed that there was a lot of fields, like sizable fields, that just had 2 horses in them. Sometimes only 1 horse. Like, enough room to build like 20 houses on. And I was like, horses are the most useless animal on the planet right now. We used to use them, and if this was like 200 years ago, I would go, this is fine. You know, horses need a place to live, and we use them to travel. But nowadays we have the car, so the only people who have horses are rich people, which means that that this land is owned by rich people and just has 2 horses on it, which could be used for housing and or food production, and not just housing 2 horses. And I saw that, and I was like, that's a waste of space. Like, horses, as much as I like horses, I think horse paddocks, or whatever they're called, are the most just useless use of land ever. And I'm suddenly annoyed at that fact.
There is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock.
See that? If they were playing songs like that on these paddocks, I wouldn't care as much. I would understand. I'd be like, that's at least you're showing off, like. Why fly like that? At least you're showing off an appreciation for horses. Pillocks on the front of their house seems accurate. I just thought it was just one of those things that I've never thought about until I was walking around, and I was like, oh yeah, horses require a lot of land, and the only people who can afford the land and the horse are people who are already rich, and it just made me hate rich people more, honestly. You don't really see too many, like, YouTubers with horses. What's that noise like in here? It sounded a little bit like a horse. You don't see many YouTubers with horses, and so I just kind of... it's mostly old money people. That's still that drone floating around. Your town doesn't have a rich part. Not all towns do. But like where I live currently, you could buy a house for like, I don't know, £300,000, which is, as far as I'm aware, relatively cheap for the UK. But if you go closer to the town or just in a different direction, I can actually see the rich part of town from my window. If you look out of if you look around, you can see houses that are going for up to $1 million in some parts of the town. Like, I wouldn't say it make necessarily it's not necessarily the nice part of town. There isn't a nice part of town. I don't live in a nice town. But it's at least the rich part. You know it's rich anyway, because as I was walking around, I walked past a bus stop that had a leather dining chair in it, and I was like, wow, this really is rich. Once the mainland got rid of the UK, everything got better. Mainland Europe did... I think it was the secret plot, actually, by Europe to get rid of the UK. A lot of the propaganda, if you notice, it was actually in French. Most people in the UK can't tell the difference between French and English. Your town is like you're all equally normal people. If you want to see rich people, you travel to one of the villages on the coast where they built multi-euro mansions. Or multi-million euro mansions, yeah. You don't even have to go that far. Like, I don't know why rich people live in my town. It's like it's not even a, you know how like you have quaint UK villages. When you think of like a UK house, you either think of a council house or like a little village that has like 6 houses in it and they're all like farmhouses with thatched roofs. Like my town isn't really either of those things. It's one of those places that is completely devoid of anything touristy, if that makes sense. I know that council houses aren't touristy, but there's nothing about it that would ever have to entice people to come here, and so it's 100% just a town for living in. Whenever you think of like a lot of major towns in the world, you think about them being tourist attractions in some way, shape, or form. You know, even when you think of if you think of like a major city in the UK or the like Birmingham or Manchester or London, they might not be the nicest cities, but they're at least meant for tourists in a way. And so there are things there that kind of go, oh yeah, no, it makes sense that there are expensive houses here. It makes sense that there's projects to make the town interesting. Whereas you have a place like where I live, and it's just a town. It's like you live here, you go to work here, and you die here. There's like one museum, and it's a museum that you go to if you're part of this town. Like, it's a museum dedicated to the town. And it's like, no one would go, oh, that's an interesting town, let's learn about it. You would just go to if you lived here, you'd go, oh, I wonder what the history of the town is, and you'd go there, you'd pay like 50p to get in. Your town's squeezed right in between tourist hotspots. In a 15-kilometer radius, you can think of at least 4 villages with mansions in them. I can only think of one, well, 2, if we include the main town and then a nearby village. Then I can think of 2 places that have mansions in them. But I can think of many places that have council houses and granny flats in them. Even where I live, actually, thinking about it, is split in half. Like, it has a good and bad side. When I was younger, I used to you always used to kind of, I used to think of it like, are you from the good side or the bad side of the town? But then it's like, then you have even greater, you have different, it's like if you look at my town from above, it looks like a city skylines map. Because it just looks like little villages have been built everywhere. You love the fact that the whole town is easily walkable. That sounds like a communist ideal to me. That sounds like socialism if I've ever heard it. What's next, Siggy? They're going to start stopping me from leaving the town. They're going to give me papers that say that I can't leave. That sounds like a bad idea. I think walkable cities are horrible. I want to make sure that the government doesn't take my car away. How dare they even think about it? They come anywhere near they come anywhere near my 15-mile long drive that I have to go to get to the nearest 7-Eleven. I will be storming the capital with an AR-15. My town's relatively walkable. I would say that like it's walkable enough. Like to get from my house into the town is a walkable distance. If you were a normal human being, you'd get the bus, but I'm not a normal human being, and buses scare me, so I don't get the bus and I walk. But it's like it is walkable. It's a walkable amount of so it's a walkable distance. Scare me. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know how to take a bus. It sounds weird, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Oh, they've got. This isn't the version of the map that has the what's it called on it? The SU-25. What's that? That was presumably a T tank of some kind, or it could be a Chinese one. Public transport is a joke in your area. The thing is, public transport here is great. Like, as much as I would like to rag on my area for having bad public transport, my area has great transport. I can get a bus from the nearby town anywhere. I can get anywhere I need. The only place I couldn't get to is Skegness, and honestly, that's probably the only reason that I would say it's a bad place to live. Ugh. Is he gonna get killed by anyone? Probably not, no. Like the only place, and even then, if I wanted to get to Skegness, because who doesn't want to get to Skegness? Okay, I could get like 4 trains. Why didn't I shoot him? Because my gun don't work. Did you not see? They might have worked. I was too busy thinking about Skegness, okay? You need to go on a you don't need to go on a what's it called? What is it? You need to go on a Google Maps tour of Skegness. You lot do. Skegness is great. There's not a single place in the UK that's better than Skegness. The only time my gunner was out and then my commander, I got commander. As far as I'm aware, my gun stopped working. But like I said, I'm not really paying much attention to the game. I'm working on my usual amount of no brain power. I've had I haven't had much to eat or drink today. I woke up, I had some breakfast, I had some coffee, and I've not had anything to drink. As far as I'm aware, coffee dehydrates you. Ah! Fuck off. I got a hit on him. I want to cry. Oh, I don't. Hi, Zoe. Britannia. I'm not playing Britain at the moment. I'm playing Germany. I'm not ruling the waves. Rule Britannia. Oh, sorry. I bought a Gundam the other day. I haven't got it yet, but I ordered it. I hope it's not shit. I bought Aerial Gundam because I like the Witch from Mercury. I got the it's the 144 scale aerial. It was only because I considered getting the 1/100th scale one. I think it's nothing crazy as far as I'm aware. I don't know how big it is either. I was going to ask you how tall they are. I'm in for a treat. I mean, I heard some people. I was looking up a little bit about Gundam, and some people were saying that they're all right. I almost bought the Barbatos as well from the Iron Blooded Orphan series, but I never did. I didn't do that. Be gentle with it. You heard it's easy to break the joints. From the Gundams that I have built, they're a little bit. They can be a little bit delicate. But now I'm looking forward to putting that together. I enjoy doing it. I haven't put one together in a long time. You got yourself a fancy new alarm clock. Does it scream at you? Is it one of those ones that you see in like Hollywood films where it starts playing the radio and it's like, "Good morning, Berlin. Welcome to 90201 FM. Good. The weather today is looking terrible, and there have been at least 7 smackheads sighted on your route into work." Yeah, I haven't got any like fancy decals for it or I haven't even got like panel liners or it. It's just something that I just want to put it together and have fun with it. Yeah, I considered it. The thing is, I wanted to get I wanted to get a slightly bigger one, but it was going to be 50 quid to get the bigger one, and so I thought that I'll just go with the cheaper, smaller one, just because I just want to experience putting one together. I just want the experience of putting it together. I don't want to commit. I want to get one of those massive ones though. You know, the ones that's like 2 feet tall. I want to get a 1 to 2 scale Gundam. It's one of those, but it's made from wood and has a pad on top of it where you can wirelessly charge your phone smartwatch. That is fancy. I don't have any alarm clock. In fact, I recently turned all my alarms off on my phone. I recently went, I never listen to these, I'm going to turn them off. I always end up waking up past them anyway. Yeah, mega size. Presumably, I'm not sure. If they weren't like stupidly expensive, I'd love to get like the cooler looking like that's my alarm clock. If they weren't stupid expensive, I would like to get one of the like the perfect grade ones, the things that you have to be like an expert at modeling or at least making Gundams. Well, maybe not, I don't know. But you know, they're like 600 quid. That's an exaggeration, but then they're expensive. I should just start streaming whenever when I wake up, and just use that as I need a following that's big enough that everyone just immediately pings me the moment that I should be streaming. So if I say, oh yeah, I'm going to start streaming at 8 o'clock in the morning, what I do is I just leave my Discord on, I'm online on Discord, so the moment that I'm late, everyone just immediately, I just need people to start pinging me. Do I need to shitpost in my DM until I stream? Yeah. No. I just need to be. I need people to scream at me. I think that'd be great. I think that would make. I think that'd be an incredible way of doing it. Like I said, I think I mentioned that when I was younger, when I was still in school, I would have I never used to turn my computer on, and so my friends used to wake me up by calling me on Skype. They didn't do it on purpose. I just slept in and they would call me on Skype. Check Dums? Sure, I will. Just for you. saw that. I saw that somewhere. I don't know what it is that where I saw it or why I saw it, but I saw it. The 3 Top Gear men have been killed in an MI8 crash. It's all over for them. It's unfortunate. They were just about to get rehired by the BBC as well. What's up there? I don't know what's up there, but something is. That's up there. Where is that? That's like an XM1 of some kind. Oi! These aren't fun situations. Very sad. I like how it really has no idea what to like when to kick people from the chat. Sorry, because you right there it picked that up as a link. Because .mp is an actual URL domain, I think. Maybe it's because you've got like special privileges. Maybe it's because you're I think we've tested most of them, and there is no reason why. It's just some people don't get done by it. So can I see anything on these thermals that can't see anything for some reason? Oh, you know, see, Maya can't do it. I don't know whatever it is that he did, but he can't do it. Oh, never mind. So he does get done for some things. But you're right over there, Type 93. Trailing around on fire. You posted a link to my YouTube channel. That one should be fine. Why? It makes no sense. I'll help this little guy out. I don't need to, but I know how horrible it is to use the Type 93. Shout out to the greatest YouTuber on the planet, Endless Bread. I want you to know that I haven't got any videos prepared whatsoever. Like this. Oh, crap. I don't have a single video even close to completion. I've barely worked on anything recently. I've spent most of my time doing nothing, and yeah, as a result, there's nothing ready to come out. I've not liked any of the streams that I've done. Well, not saying that they've been bad streams. I'm just saying that I've not really had anything. I've not done anything in a stream that's made me go, okay, I can make a good video out of that. At least to me. And so I've been I haven't really done anything recently. I've been slowly doing little bits towards the Sekiro video, but other than that, and even then, every time I open up the Sekiro video file, I hate it. Put it there. Something. A little bit across. Out there. There we go. That's not exactly what I was hoping to hit, but a gank's a gank. I'm still trying to figure out like a good way to show off not the endless streams, the Sekiro streams. They're a little bit. Every time I come to do it to work on them, I'm like, I don't know how much I actually want to keep, because sometimes now I was like just gonna keep as many boss fights as I could. Like every boss fight and mini boss. But the more that I'm doing it, the more I'm starting to think like maybe I should just get rid of all the mini bosses and just do the regular boss fights. The video would be significantly shorter if I just did like the full boss fights as opposed to the mini bosses. Because there's certain mini bosses that I'm not including just because that part of the stream was boring. And the more that I do that for, the more it gets to a point where it's like, well, maybe I should just get rid of the mini bosses entirely. Making YouTube videos is hard. It's too much thinking for me. I'm not good at making decisions, and that's entirely what making YouTube videos is. Soon may the Wellerman come. Where's the team gone? They're just not there. They're just gone. Just let AI make my video. I'd love to do that. I'd love to. I'd love to just have to just do the fucking what Quebblecop does. Just make people angry on the internet by posting AI girlfriend and make AI videos. That's like the perfect way to make content. You never have to put yourself out there. You don't have to do anything. You just get rich off the back of it. I could just make those videos that... or, alternatively, I could just make videos playing with AI. They always do well on the internet. People love watching people react to AI generators. My YouTube videos... So it should be a video slowly turning into a ranting video with gameplay in the background and start screaming towards the end of it. There's that one Twitch stream that's just an AI playing games. I've not seen that. Like I said, I know that Quebblecop does that, but he's been doing it for ages and is a lunatic. There we go. And he is like, he posts like pictures of his AI girlfriend and says like, oh, she loves me for who I am and whatnot. And everyone's like, what are you on about? He was like one of the early guys to switch to just doing like AI generated content. Called Neurosama. Why didn't I think of that? Why was I not the one to do that? The thing is, with things like that, I feel like that's a gimmick though. It's like Twitch plays Pokemon. You remember when that was a big thing ages ago? Everyone loved Twitch plays Pokemon. It was a huge thing. Everyone was like, wow, look at this. It's Twitch and it's playing Pokemon. And then, like, now it's obviously it still gets a little bit of attention, but it's nowhere near what it used to get. Play Sprocket and have my Twitch chat help build my tank. I did consider getting Sprocket at one point, but it felt like one of those games that after I very quickly get bored of. There we go. It seemed like it's one of those games that comes out that YouTubers really like playing it, and then it very quickly becomes what am I playing this for? It's fun with more brain cells together. I've spent too much money on things recently. I can't afford to buy another game. I bought City Skylines this morning. The second one. I didn't just buy the first one, even though I bought that. It runs fine on my computer as far as like frame rates are concerned. I bought it knowing that that there was a chance that it wouldn't run. And I bought it knowing there was a chance that it wouldn't run. And so but it works fine. The only reason that I'm not playing it though is because it makes my computer go pretty loud, and I didn't really want to deal with that. And I don't want to stream for like 6 hours while it's doing that. I haven't got anything to hydrate with, Salty. I would hydrate, but I don't have anything. I don't have anything to hydrate with. Where the fuck did the missile go? What? Where'd the missile go? As far as I've heard of. think I'm scared of you. You think my missiles don't know the difference between an A10 and a flare? Because they don't. Oh, they do. Sorry. Shit. Sorry, my villain speech failed. Can't you deduct games in taxes? I don't pay tax. What do you mean deduct games in taxes? I'm not, this isn't a business. Bread Corp Incorporated isn't a real business. You know that. This isn't a, I'm not a real businessman. If I was a businessman, then I could, yes. But I'm not. Bread Corp Incorporated is purely an imagination. Or an imaginatory concept. Maybe the Bread Corp was the friends we made along the way. I'm rolling a memory stick between my hands. That's the weird sound, if you can hear that. Take this out. I'd love it. I'd love to be able to. I'd love to be able to be at a point where I could say that I'm deducting games in taxes. And before you go out of your way and be like, hold on, are you a tax evader? Yes. I'm evading taxes by not earning any money. It's quite simple, really. It's the hidden trick that the government doesn't want you to know about. If you don't earn any money, you don't have to pay tax. Unless it's like road tax or other tax that, like, you know, VAT. You do have to pay VAT still. You'll give me a Steam gift card. You don't have to do that. You don't pay VAT on stolen goods. That's true. If you don't make any money and you only steal things, don't have to pay for it. Don't have to pay any tax whatsoever. And to be fair, if you don't tax your car, or get insurance on it, or to be fair, even learn how to drive and get your driver's license, you don't do any of those things and you can do it quite free. Everything's like pretty cheap. It's actually living in this world's a whole lot easier than you think, as long as you're willing to, you know, crack a few eggs. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. I'm going to cry. Why was he behind us already? Oh, he might not have been. I'm probably just an idiot. Don't answer that. What do you think the caloric intake is of a McDonald's barbecue dip packet is? How much do you think of this? How much of this could you eat before dying? I think I could eat quite a lot of this before I died. Probably not like, I probably wouldn't enjoy doing it, but I could do it. What's going on there? Thought I saw something in the fog. I could probably eat quite, I've got loads of these little barbecue sauce packets just lying around my room. Because whenever I get McDonald's, they give me like thousands of them. But it's actually good because sometimes they don't. Although a lot of them go out of date. It's probably not the best that I keep them around for so long that they're starting to go out of date. Because they've got quite a significantly long date on them. The top reward will probably sell well in the new battle pass. But hear me out, yeah. Is it going to be worth the effort and faff of going through and getting the top reward for the new battle pass? That's the real question. Is it a plane? Is it the plane that's the top reward? The only thing I care about is the Italian thing. The Italian truck with a gun on the top, on the back of it. I've got no real interest in any of the in anything to do with the next Battle Pass, really, other than, like I said, the little Italian truck. I think it'd be a fun thing. I think it'd be a fun a fun vehicle to get. Am I gonna get it? I don't know. But I'm definitely not gonna grind to get that top jet. There's no way. I have only ever gotten the top reward of a battle pass once, and I think that was the PT-7657. And while I don't regret getting the PT-7657, I do regret grinding for it. I mean, if I had have bought it, I would have regretted it. I don't care. It's not about if you get good. The hardest part is playing the game every day. There we go. That's the bit that I don't like doing. I don't like playing the game every day. I play the game like... I play the game once in a blue moon. It wasn't too bad back when I used to stream every day. When I used to stream every day, it was fine because I could get it done I could do it easily. But because I now stream, you know, 3 times a week, and also I'd be streaming War Thunder every day, which I don't want to do ever again. Like, War Thunder is not a game that I think I'd survive very long streaming every day. I can hear an enemy behind me. I'm not too sure what he's up to. Maybe I can use his noise to... the noises of him and his teammates to mask my sound. I just kind of... Like, to be fair, I've given up with events in War Thunder just as a whole. Like, it's a lot of faff for something that I'm very rarely going to use. Can't tell what that guy at the end's looking at. Ugh. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut, and the whale's not gone. The Wellerman, some things to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Ugh. There's no reason for SU-25s to be so survivable. Why are they survivable? I mean, I took out that other one, I think. I don't know what the other thing was, but I took it out nonetheless. Let's take this out, because this has a gun on top of it that I can shoot them out the sky with. I think. Yeah, it does. Does it go up high enough? I can just kind of bait him into shoot, like, coming at me. I say bait. There's nothing bait about it. Just waiting, really. No drone up there. There we go. Take that. There we go. Like, if I had to do this every day, I would probably end up in a mental institution. It's fine occasionally. Da 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 da. The whale's tail came up and caught her. Oh, hands to the side. Oh, what should I'll do something else instead. Can I stream in a mental institution? It might be worth a try. It'd probably it'd be a oh, that's okay. I think my time would be significantly limited. I think I'd get like a few minutes of free time. I should get myself a padded cell to sit in, just casually. When did I turn those on? I can't remember turning those lights on, but I've turned them on at some point. I think I might have a carbon monoxide leak in my room. I'm gonna go get a drink. I haven't had anything to drink today, so I'm gonna go get a drink and I'll be back in a second. So just. Alright, I'm back. I just forgot to fill up my bottle earlier. Yep. What the fuck does that say? Hold on. Have I turned? Yeah, I have. I got a donut here, yeah. Presumably my dad went out to Marks and Spencer's and bought me a donut. It's a single donut, yeah, that comes in a box. I don't know why they had to make a box just for one donut. They could have just put it in a bag. But on the side, why is it called this? It just says the name of it, and it is called a plain Jane Yum Nut. That's a tongue twister, and I hate it. It's not a tongue twister, it's just a horrible name, plain Jane Yum Nut. I don't think I ever want to say the word yum nut in my life. But I've got that now. So it says layered. What the fuck does layered mean? What is this? What? Whatever, I'll eat it later, probably. It smells nice, I give it that. It smells nice and sweet. I eat far too much sugar. I've got a horrible sweet tooth. Like a worrying amount of sugar. If I was left on my own, I would be the equivalent of like a child that just does nothing but eat sweets. What do I want to play that isn't shit? Sweet tooth, I should get that checked out. No, I can give it a lick every now and then and get a nice little taste. You know how like you have like horses have UK set. No, I'm not playing UK planes. Fuck off. I'm never playing aircraft. Ever. If I ever have to play an aircraft, something has gone horribly wrong. I got a tooth that's like a horse's salt lick. What's on UK 4.7? I can't remember. I don't like. I need to find. Anything would be better than 10.3. To be fair. Yeah. The Avenger, the Firefly, and the Concept 3, where you might have gotten my attention. You may be able to tempt me with those 3 vehicles. They are 3 vehicles that I am a fan of. I should have brought out the other Tiger first. The only problem is I don't think I'm going to be able to... I feel like, as much as I love the Concept 3, yeah, I know damn well I'm still going to get annoyed. There you go, sorry. I'll do the other hydrate for you as well now. There you go, Salty. I am now becoming hydrated. Become hydrated. I was playing with my phone earlier, using it as a webcam. I still wish I could. I wish I could use my phone as a webcam because it's a much higher quality than the one that I've got, like the actual webcam I've got. The only problem is I use as Wi-Fi and sometimes it doesn't connect, and if I put it behind my monitors it just doesn't connect with Wi-Fi at all. I don't know why. Just for some reason it hates connecting to the internet behind my computer. But it's fine doing it where it is right now. It does mean that I can have pervert cam, because I can only have it in a position where it's facing like the side of me from a weird angle. I think every streamer should have a pervert cam, like a separate stream that's just coming, that's like from a low quality camera with horrible noise like sound compression on it. This... Everyone keep moving. Fuck off. Oh, now look what you've done. I think that's everything that that people need. And you have like the... What's it called on it? You have a... Oh, what is it? What is it called? What's that? Unregistered hypercam, that's it. You have the unregistered hypercam watermark in the corner. What's that? And why are we struggling to shoot at it? Oh, is that new French thing? Alright, that's going to be difficult to go through. I don't even know if I can go through it with my heat round. No one doing what we're doing about this there. What is that? Oh, it's a Stridswagen. Where the fuck did that come from? Oh, behind us. I could call it out, but, you know, they're just as blind as I am, so they don't deserve it. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut, and the whale's not gone. At some point during all this, my mum said that she overheard what I've been saying, and she was like, I didn't know you could speak a different language. To which I said, I don't. Or something like that. In fact, I probably didn't say that. I probably just said something like, I can't. I don't know what I said, but either my mum doesn't understand English, or I have not been speaking English this whole time, and at some point I broke out into speaking tongues or something. Although, to be fair, I feel like you'd be forgiven for thinking that I can't speak English. Given that I'm, you know... If you ever listen to the things... If you ever listen to me for long enough, you will realise that I can barely speak English. I stutter too much. And I don't know many words. Yeah. I only speak in riddles. You have to answer my riddles 3 if you want to get to me. What's this? There's something here. I don't know what, and there's not really much I can do to it, even if it does show up, because I only have heat. I'd love to be like a wordsmith capable of speaking in riddles. That sounds fun. It sounds really fun to be someone who only speaks in rhyme. But instead, I just got cursed with the ability to only speak in stutters. Quick, 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 quick. No, 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 no. Yes! That was it. That was a tickle right there. Just caught him. It was not a good shot by any means. I should not have gone the way it did. Right, did he notice that was me? Doesn't look like it. He's reversing, so I assume he thinks he got shot in the side. In the front, sorry. The gang won. I can hear someone in front of me. I assume they know I'm here because they seem to have stopped. The gang 6. Or at the very most, someone has pointed me out. Gotta wait, I guess. Now we play the waiting game. That's my favorite game. I think I should release a game that is the waiting game. It's just a timer that just goes for like 6 hours. And if you get to the end, nothing happens. I hope that's the issue I can hear behind me. Sounds like it. I'll keep this at issue. I'll let this at issue deal with this part of the town. He should. I don't know if he's got the depression for it, actually. I'll promise to release the game and quit the waiting game and just don't. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I should definitely do that. Well, maybe not me. I don't want that kind of thing on my name, you know what I mean? It's a good idea, but I don't want people to know that I'm the one that did that. That sounds like something that would annoy a lot of people. But what I could do is get someone else to do it and then promote it, because then I can wipe my hands of it when it all goes south. When people go, hold on, they're never releasing it. We donated £4,000 to the Kickstarter, which I think's stupid. I think anyone who donates to a Kickstarter in this day and age is stupid, unless it's like one that genuinely seems like it could go somewhere, or is from somewhere that's already showing results. I think people get you still occasionally hear about people getting burnt by Kickstarter, yet it's been happening for so long that it kind of makes you go, why the fuck? Like, why are you still buying into Kickstarters? Well, you know that none of them ever work. For the past 20 years, Kickstarter has been just nothing but scams and overpromises. Call yourself an artist and ride the fame to fake glory. Yeah, and then that's all I have to do forever. I never have to do another thing. Internet fame's easy. All you have to do is just be a dickhead. Oh, that wasn't a tank that I saw. Maybe it was, but it wasn't. Whatever. There's so many people that have died there because everyone just kept going. Oi! Ugh, it's annoying. I wonder what that was. It might have been the M46. I can just call myself an artist anyway. Ugh. Yo, Ice 3, turn around. Over there. Oh, you dealt with it. Coming to Steam in at least 6 years. The Waiting Game by Endless Bread Corporation Incorporated. Can I can't. Can I though? If I could I? No. Maybe, but no. If I could, I couldn't. That makes sense. Soon may the well-man go. I need to start playing better at this game. Because I think that's where my flaws lay currently. I think my flaws at this is that currently every game that I play I'm not very good at. And so I need to start playing. I need to spend like 6 hours a week watching and like reviewing my own play so I can learn how to be good at the game. What happened to that M48? Yeah, 8, not 6. Is there an M46? Put it there. Where's that? Oh, that's what that is. Yes. I feel sorry for the for that because the front of it's pretty scary, but the turret is just horribly armored. All the French tanks seem to have horrible turret armor. How good at Sekiro tank? That's true at times. Soon may I think I might start Elden Ring soon. I think that's the next game that I'm going to play properly. I think I'm going to play Elden Ring and then see where that takes me. If I'm doing, like I've said it in the past, if I'm playing Elden Ring, my plan is just to, what do I want here? I want filters. My plan is just to play and get to the end. I'm not going for any ending in particular. I'm just going to play it and get to the end and see what happens. I'm probably not going to do any crazy challenge like, you know, level 1 sword only no armor run. Yeah, but I was thinking of just doing just trying to beat all the bosses and see what happens. See how far in I get before I... Oh, I don't know what the noise was. Just to see where I get. Because I've been kind of wanting to play it a little bit recently. I don't really. I want to play. I want to play Elden Ring. I've said it for a while, and I want to play it because I did start it when it came out. When Elden Ring came out, I did play it on the stream. My first time playing Sekiro was on stream, but I never finished it. I beat the first major boss, the guy in the castle. I beat the guy in the castle, and then I beat the woman in the school. And then I stopped. I got to a point where I just kind of kept throwing my head at the wall, and I wasn't doing it. The grafted guy, yeah, him. I think it is Roderick the Grafted. El Grafto. Or Godric. But I beat him. And like I said, I beat the woman. Because that's what I do. And then... What else did I do? I did a couple of things. The thing is, I don't know where any, like, particular items are in the game. I know where, like, one of the katanas are. What I wouldn't be doing too much, which is probably going to bite me in the ass when it comes to playing it, is I probably wouldn't be doing too much dungeon diving. I'd probably be doing a lot of just not driving. I'd do a lot of just going from one key area to another. Just to get it done, which I don't think would be too impossible. I don't think I'd end up like effectively soft locking. And even if what I did have to do was go out of my way, and if I had to go out of my way to play the game off stream to level up, that'd be fine. Because I'd probably still just make the video just me beating all the major bosses. There's that. Just because that's easy. I love how much this rocks when you fire. Ugh. Who else is looking at me? That is. I take it back. I hate the Concept 3. It's awful. It's a horrible vehicle. Take out the Sherman. I think I've played I've played Elden Ring all the way through twice. No wonder when I sit right in the open, it's not going to stop me from being shot though, is it? Also, the problem was not the problem was not where I was sat. The problem was that the ammunition did nothing. You can't talk to me about that. You saw the ammunition do nothing to the vehicles that I shot at. Don't talk about where I shot on the T-34 or the other ones. How did that not do anything to his track? Is he gone? Is he there? Yeah, he is. Sounds like a skill issue. That's exactly correct. You're correct. I'm shit. Is he in that? He's in there somewhere. Oh. He's like there. Apparently not. Well, he's a little bit higher than that. There he is. Someone will get him. I haven't used these vehicles in a while, okay? Shut up. I don't even think this can go through the front of that. I'm used to using the Italian one that has access to the saber around. Go. Try and get into a slightly more advantageous position. Only slightly. The fire rate becomes dreadful once you run out of the tiny ready rack. The reload, I'm not bothered about the reload. The reload is fine. It's not like I'm using any of the large caliber guns. It's just the actual ammunition itself isn't as good as the it's not saber rounds. So you have to actually be able to hit the target, which is something that I can't do. Who did that? What is that? What was that? Fuck off! Da 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 da. Where's the plane? There it is. Just give me like. No, I like this. The thing is, I like these vehicles. They're not horrible vehicles. I just have to not be shit. There's a reason that for a while I was playing Britain. There was a significant amount of time that I was playing Britain for, and I did enjoy them when I was using them. You have to get better with them. Like I said, you have to be good because they only have solid shot, and it's not the best solid shot either. What's that? What's this sneaky little boy up to? I forgot this thing doesn't reverse. Who designs tanks? Just in general, who designs tanks without a reverse gear? I've always wondered why like Soviet vehicles were produced without a reverse gear. I assumed that mostly it was just because... Why is it always a known pen? What did I do wrong there? I hit in the gun where it's usually soft. Da, 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 da. I always assumed that like Soviet vehicles had no reverse gear because they just their doctrine never called for it. My friend always said that was a stupid idea, but honestly, I would believe it. If you told me that Soviet tanks didn't have a reverse gear because their doctrine never called for them to retreat, or like all they did was drive forward towards the enemy, I'd believe it. Where? Oh, it's there. That was what shot me, I think. Anything down there? Nope. I don't know if it was just this guy that's in front of me that shot me, or if there was someone else. We're talking also like that, but countries other than Soviets probably realised pretty quickly that it's stupid. Yeah. Well, so I think the Russian army doctrine was always just to get as many people onto the battlefield as possible. As far as I'm aware, it was just their whole thing was just, I have more tanks than you. I think it also allowed, you know, it probably also allowed it to be slightly less complex. Probably not much less complex. But it probably did help it be at least slightly more, slightly easier to maintain, since they don't have to worry about the reverse gears. I don't fucking know. Or what the actual theory I like to believe is that they said put a reverse gear on it, and they went, yeah, all right, we'll do that, and just yoinked the money that they had to put the transmission in. I much prefer just to think that someone sold all the reverse gears, because that just makes that just makes life more interesting. Oh, excuse me. I like the word yoink. It's like the best way to term stealing something. Anything? Oh, fucking I hate. Absolutely despise. Soviet fuel tanks. This doesn't have a machine gun, does it? Not that I really need it, but it's just not something it has. There we go. So what the fun? So yeah, I could definitely believe that the funding for the reverse gear was just misplaced. It sounds like something. It does sound like something that would happen in the Soviet Union. It sounds like something that would happen now. Honestly, to be fair, I think that probably explains why a lot of them don't have reverse gears even now. Do modern T-72s and 80s and 90s have reverse gears? I'm sure like they put them on the T-80 and then removed them on the T-90, because the T-90 is not an upgrade of the T-80, it's actually an upgrade of the T-72. I wouldn't know. I don't keep tabs on that kind of thing. Do I need to actually be researching anything at this battle rating? No, I can get this. Nothing like a good bit of misappropriation of funds, though. People don't realize just how good it is. Like, you don't need to have ERA or composite plates in your tank. all you need is for the enemy to see that you've got a tank that looks like a T-series tank, and they'll go, that's a tank. From what I have seen of war footage, composite armor does nothing against an N-Law or a Javelin. So what's the point? You might as well just go, well, I'm only going to get hit by things like that. You might as well only protect up to like RPG 7, which you could probably just do with like 3mm of armor and a gap of air, and then another 3mm armor just to catch whatever's left, you know? I could be an armor designer, I could. You remember a short clip of Abrams firing 2 shots from hull down position in about 2 seconds, then reversing to hide? It was cool. I love that. I love seeing things like that. It's very impressive what like the fact that it can do that. Because in almost every situation, they can do that in the time that it would take for them to pop up, take a couple of shots and then reverse back down. In the time it would take that, it's unlikely that like a guided missile would get to them, or a rocket or like that. At least at range. It's not really as effective against, you know, traditional cannon rounds, but I say traditional, not like they're firing a big black ball of lead or whatever they used. But no, I love seeing modern military equipment in use, especially things like the Abrams or the Challenger, the Leopard. You don't see too much. You don't see or at least I don't see too much Leopard 2 propaganda footage. You see a lot of Abrams propaganda footage. I think it's because most people don't talk about the Leopard 2. Most people don't talk about the Leopard 2, and people don't really talk about the Challenger 2 either. That tank there, here it is. Everyone talks about T-series tanks, and everyone talks about the Abrams, but there's very little talk. There's very little talk on things like the Leopard 2. I mean, obviously there was a little bit more when they were trying to send them to Ukraine. Hi, Carl. Another day, another wank. That's what you gotta have something to look forward to on the day, ain't you? And sometimes it is just something as simple as that. Just a wafty crank. Yeah, I'm scared of that, what I believe to be a Nash horn over there. Anything else around? Ricochet! How dare it? Guys are dealing with that. How many bombs do you think that LA7 has? Don't go hull down, that's cheating! You're under my bed? I shouldn't have showed us the hallway. I didn't show you the hallway. You opened your peepers and stared at it. It's a gross violation of my privacy, and you'll be hearing from my legal team. I want that video off the internet, and I want it off there now. I am actually, it's one of those things, like, I don't know if it's a reasonable fear, but there is a slight fear that I have of, like, fuck off, how did you know I was here? There is a slight... Oh, you can hear me because this vehicle is real fucking loud. There's a there's always a very slight fear that I have like that I'll open my door and you'll be able to work out where I live based purely off of the like things that you can see out the window, which is not much. Like, you can't see very much out my window, but just like having seen the sort of people that get really good at GeoGuessr, I just see that and I'm like, that's terrifying. Like the sort of level of ability. I'm like, I think you could. I think people would, and I don't like that. I'm scared that someone will take a screenshot and be like, hey, this is a picture from like a house that I grew up in, and send it to like one of those GeoGuessr players to have them try and figure out where they live. Like, hey, I grew up here. In reality, it's a picture of my house. And they're like, my dad died recently, so can you find where where this house is, so I can go visit it? And then like they're like, oh yeah, no, they live here. And then they go, I just caught a YouTuber. Let's shot this guy. Other than the devil himself. The devil went down to Georgia. I'll be hearing from you while sleeping, British boy. Even if you had your personal IP information, you really wouldn't give a shit. I know you wouldn't. I'm not actually scared of you doing that. Don't worry. I'm when with a. Hey, look at that! 3 points. With a with a viewer base as small as mine, the likelihood that any of you do it. Why is my gun so shit? Bring it down. Why is my gun not? Oh wait, no. Why? Since when has my gun been so terrible?
Artillery strike. Coordinates. Alpha. Core. Destroy.
Come on. Where? How far away is that? It's like. With a viewer base as small as mine, the likelihood that I'm gonna get, attacked is pretty low. You have to be decently sized before people give enough of a shit to want to actually come and take you down. But sometimes small streamers are real fanatics. Yeah, but I feel like I would know. I feel like if I had an absolute fanatic... Well, first of all, I'm not a woman. So that reduces the likelihood pretty much. And also, I think I would know, because there would be that one person in chat who is that just gives you a little bit of an air of weirdness. You can tell. As a streamer, I can tell when someone joins the chat and they're a little bit off. There's definitely things about people you can tell. I look soft and petite. That's enough for some people. What do you mean I look soft? I get you the petite part, but like, I'm not soft. I got builder's hands. Well, I don't. But I can't. I could very easily be picked up and carried away with minimal intervention from myself. I couldn't really fight back. I'd probably start. I'd fight dirtily. I wouldn't be afraid to start biting, but I definitely wouldn't go as far to say I'm soft. Tea and beans on stream. What? What you want the traditional British meal of tea and beans? In the UK, we have baked beans, but instead of it being in like tomato sauce or whatever kind of sauce it is, it's instead in a thick, viscous tea solution. Yeah. I'm the one saying I'm British, gotta prove it. No, I don't like tea or beans. I don't drink either of those things. I mean, I don't drink beans to begin with. There's a scene, there's a clip in a JonTron video where it's during like it's from during the COVID times, where he's just looking at a tin of beans. He just opens them up and just takes a fucking spoonful or like a hand, he just like drinks some of it, and seeing that scene makes me feel physically sick. Now be a good boy and drink your beans. You can't have your cake until you've drank your beans. I can eat a sausage. I'll eat one of those. I can go to the local chip shop and get a battered sausage. I've never had a battered sausage before. I don't really know what one. I don't really know what one would taste like. I much prefer the idea of like a battered Mars bar. I assume it'd probably not taste too dissimilar to like a battered fish, but you know, sausage. Be a good boy, get some beans on toast and a couple dozen cups of a dozen cups of tea. I could drink it. Like when I say I don't like tea, I'm not absolutely like reviled by it. I don't well, that implies that the tea hates me. I'm not like so thrown off that it's impossible for me to drink. I can drink it. I probably couldn't do the same thing with beans, but I can. I was expecting him to. Well, I was expecting not to hit the fucking hill. I could probably eat like. I could probably eat like spaghetti hoops on toast. You ever had spaghetti hoops before? Spaghetti, but in the shape of little hoops. That's, to be fair, spaghetti hoops on toast is pretty patriotic. That one is pretty patriotic as a thing. Old people are so have beans. What the fuck? Yeah, that'll pull up my ID card. It just sounds like pasta. Well, it kind of is, but it has like tomato sauce on. That's my bank card. That's not my ID. There, look, my ID has the British flag on it. It's got the British flag. I don't know what I have to hold. Everything on there is an ID identification thing, so I have to just prove that it says it. Hi, Ariel. You all right? Do you want to see what I look like on my provisional? I never really look at what I look like. There's my face there. You can't really. It's not the best. It's not really focusing. I don't think. I'm a disgusting little man. Sold on Facebook Marketplace. Thanks for the money. What does the L say? That's just because it's my provisional, so that's like learner. It's my yeah. It's loser or learner. Just took a really blurry picture. Well, no, the picture itself was fine. That's just the like it was a color picture. Like you have to. I took that picture myself. I went to the local Tesco and went to one of those photo taking booths. I had that picture taken and then I sent that in. But then they removed the color from it and shrink it down to about 14 pixels wide. I had that picture taken when I still had my long hair as well. I look like someone who would have the name Karen. Yeah, that black outline is not like that isn't like blur over. That's my hair. My hair used to go down to like here. I used to have it was not well looked after either. I actually found another ID the other day. Well, this is a different ID. Oh shit. I found the ID. Wait. Yeah, I found my student ID as well. which you can barely see, but that's from 2018. I don't know if this would still work. I don't know if I could break into my old college with this. I don't look too dissimilar in it. You look like a little like a criminal on your picture. I feel like every time you have your picture taken for something like that, you look a little bit criminally. Wheelchair certified. You gotta, in the UK, you have to get a license to be able to go in a wheelchair. Anything that goes over walking speed. It's such a loser. I'm a loser learner. I've never had a driving test. Like I got the provisional just as a form of ID, because it's just like 10 quid to get that. It was 10 quid to get my provisional, and I was like, yeah, that'll do. It was maybe 10 or 20 quid. I just didn't have any ID, and so I was like, I'll do that. And the only time I've ever used it is when getting ID'd, because the guy doesn't believe I'm 16 at co-op. Well, he doesn't believe I'm over 16, sorry. I'd assume he wouldn't believe me if I said I was 16. I would hope that if I went to someone and said I'm 16, they would go, I don't believe that. What's that? It's an M36 or an M10 of some kind. I would like to at least hope. But then again, if he's IDing me because they don't look over the age of 18 or whatever it is, or 23, then maybe I could say I'm 16 and they would go, yeah, alright, I'd believe it. I don't want to be like carrying around a passport with me wherever I go as ID. Not that I own a passport either. I can't leave the country. If I wanted to, I can't. I'd have to get a passport, obviously, but you know, I'm gonna go on this. I'm gonna claim proudly that I'm unable to leave the country, that I'm not allowed to, and that I'm gonna get people come after me if I try and leave. I would assume that there is someone coming up here, although less people come up to this part of the map, I find, on the lower battle ratings. I can hear someone. This engine is so fucking loud. Why?
Artillery strike. Coordinates. Delta. 4. Destroy.
Such a horrible, horrible sound. Like, you'd be heard from about 6 miles away in this thing. Not that he wouldn't. He probably also could have just seen me as well. Yeah, someone over there. I don't think so, no. I feel like the only thing that would really be able to get over there quickly on the German side would be, like, the Puma. Alright. Where's this little Panzer IV gone? You know, he's now going to be fucking hyper alert of me, and that's the problem. I don't want to have to fight him, because I don't know how to shoot him. I don't really know what I'm doing to take him out frontally. Just become the king, you don't need a passport that way. I feel like that is true, but also very difficult. Gaining a passport would be much simpler than becoming the king. Now, would I like the other benefits of being the king? Yes. Like, I can think of a couple reasons why I would want to be king. That is not just, I don't want to have a passport. What is this guy? What is he doing? Ah, yeah. Eh. Neither of us are good at this. We're both terrible. We both failed. I don't really know how he failed, but he did. What do you mean, like diddling kids and nothing coming of it? I ain't what I'm gonna be doing. Why would you try and shoot at something that I'm very clearly alright with? Fucking idiot. Wait, can I J out and kill him? Not kill him. Can I J out and have him? It's tempting. I could give him. I could fuck him over. I could give him a player kill. Wait, let me just see if there's anything over here. Wait. The thing is, he might have just been trying to help me. He may have not known that I was fine. Da, da, da. I might be like Jesus, become a martyr. But I don't. But I might still have things I can do here. That's a little guy. What hit him? Fuck off with a non-pen. Oh, I can't do it now. There we go. Jesus had things he could do, still died. Yeah, but he died for our sins. I would just be dying to make this guy's day a little worse. And by extension, my own day a little worse. Ugh. This guy's gonna take me out, but just because I can't fucking get a good hit into him. I haven't got the ammo for this. It's a bad one. Oh, these guns are horrible. I will find it. How did he fucking... I could die so the griefer gets +1 sin, evens it out a little bit. Well, I'm giving back to the people. I'm giving the sin back. It's friendly, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. So that guy could do the fucking anti-air could very easily take him out. It's too late now. I can't. He's long since been absolved of his crimes. Time to drive into the lake as fast as I can. No, never mind. The game pulled me back. That was Jesus guiding my hand. Hey Haz, how's it going? Oh, free backups. Welcome back. Almost got the skink. Once again, it's the skink. It sounds like a word I shouldn't be allowed to say, but I keep saying it. I shouldn't throw this around, this source packet, because I know that what's going to happen is it's just going to get slightly like jostled in the right way and it's going to spray out everywhere. My entire room is going to be sprayed with McDonald's barbecue dip. 25 milliliters. Brits feel like, yo mate, can I get a jug? The jug? Don't mock my jug. This little bastard can fit like 2 liters in it. It's great. This is my stainless steel water container. I could beat a man to death with this. Most people are like carrying knives around with them. in my area. No, I got a water jug. I can use that to bash the knife out of their hand with and then beat their skull to death. Water jugs are the future of combat and warfare. It's my bottle of water. I don't know if I pronounce bottle. No, I do. I was gonna say, I think when I say, wait, if I get bottle of water, I need to get myself a bottle of water. The T tries to be pronounced in bottle. It doesn't. In water, it does not. I do not try to pronounce that correctly at all. The British accents, great, okay? British pronunciations are the best. And you can't... We invented the language and we can pronounce it however we want. The rest of the world stole it. You know? The rest of the world has done nothing but steal from our culture. It's about time that we start stealing back. That guy... That looks like a guy shooting at me. Because it is. Kowalski. Read those numbers back to me. 7865462726168. That's my phone number, that is, just in case you were wondering. I want to watch the Penguins of Madagascar again. I used to love watching that when I was younger. I was probably a little bit too old to be watching the Penguins of Madagascar, I'll be honest. But, to be fair, I've always been a bit of a cartoon watcher. In front of me. That sounds like a gun that fires quickly. And I'd be correct. Iceberg, dead ahead. I didn't really I expected that to be my shot to not be as shit as that, I'll be honest. I expected my shot to not be as shit as that, I'll be honest, game. You was expecting me to say I'm a late bloomer, 26-year-old and still no puberty in sight. Shut up. I'm post-puberty. You wouldn't, yeah, you might not know. I should start, what's it called? I should start deepening my voice. I should start using voice deepening techniques. Like drinking whiskey and jabbing things in my throat. I should get like surgery to make my throat like full of gravel. English is a West Germanic language that originated from that word. Languages brought to Britain in the... Yeah, but it says it originated from things that were brought to England. So England made it, and the rest of the world stole it. You wouldn't say that an object made from Chinese steel is of Chinese origin, would you? You wouldn't say that that my car, well, my hypothetical car, made of Chinese steel and aluminium, is a Chinese car. No, you'd say it's a BMW. You'd think the amount of cock I swallow would deepen my voice. Well, no, because I don't go that deep with it. I don't, it hurts my throat. If I maybe I should get like I should make my room like really like designed to accentuate the basses, the bassiness of my voice. I could also, you know, obviously I could always I can always just do this and talk like, and like, if I put it down like one slight little turn, I can make my voice a little bit deeper, and you know, if someone who just joins might not notice that it's that it's been changed, you know, in theory at least, until I forget to turn it on one day. I end up, people go, hold on, you don't have a slightly digital sounding voice. What's up here other than a problem? There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. I did, like, the other day I did change some of my sound settings very slightly to try and make my voice not as, like, annoying. I don't think it worked. I haven't actually listened back to it, so it's unlikely. It's when I asked the other day, Maya, whether or not you could tell it was different. Soon may the wellerman come. It's kind of one of those problems, isn't it, with being when it's a lottery whether or not you're going to get a voice that's usable or not. Like, obviously you can train it in certain ways, but I'm talking about, like, there's certain aspects of your voice that you can't really train away. At least that I know of. There's something in front of me. Like, I can put more emphasis on, like, making sure that I speak from the back of my throat as opposed from the front of it. But all that does is just put more strain on my voice, and I can feel my throat giving out over the course of the stream. And I also don't know how much it actually changes anything. It's like when you go back and listen to, like, old Paracynical videos, or just old videos from like current YouTubers now. They're almost always putting on a deep voice, and it sounds stupid. I hope I haven't subconsciously been putting on a voice, and that this is the voice that I decided to put on. And so, like, in 2 years' time, I'm going to look back at this and be like, why did I sound like that? I also made the mistake of getting a decent microphone when I started streaming, which means that I can't hide behind the fact that the microphone's shit. Well, I still can, because I don't know how to set it up I might not be able to set it up properly, but I can at least think about it. British pirates, where's my rum? Weren't most pirates British at that point? No, wait, they were. We had, like, there was Chinese pirates, there was Spanish pirates, there was Italian pirates. You never really hear about the Italian pirates. Yar! They were called privateers. Not all of them. Not all of them were called privateers. Privateers was only the way to legally pirate. But if you wanted to target anyone, you had to be a pirate. If you worked for the British or the Spanish, as a pirate, you were a privateer. But if you were just going after anyone, that made you a pirate. Totally different. Thomas Jiminy Cook was doing God's work. Bringing down those pesky Spaniards, I assume. I assume he was fighting the Spanish. I'm not too sure. But then you end up with people like John Paul Jones. You got John Paul Jones, who, like, who fought everyone. I think he was after the age of privateers, but, you know. John Paul Jones is a pirate. No loyalty does he possess. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate. And sink him along with the rest. Isn't John Paul Jones a pope? Rum or beer? Are you asking me, do I prefer either of them? Because I don't like either of them. But I'd probably choose rum. Because I would like to be I'd like to be a sea-bearing scallywag with my first mate. This skeleton would be my first mate. I need to get him a little pirate hat. Go back into Sea of Thieves and start hunting some scallywags. Yar. John Paul Jones is one of those cult leader murderers. What? Who the fuck? Who is this John Paul Jones you're on about? There's a guy who fought the British, I think, during the American Civil War of Independence. John Paul Jones was the guitar player for Led Zeppelin. This guy's done a lot. He's fought the British. He's been the Pope. He's been a cult leader. Now he's Led Zeppelin. Well, a player of in Led Zeppelin. John Paul Jones has been up to all manner of things. No wonder there's a song about him. He sounds like one hell of a man. John Paul Jones is a pirate. No loyalty does he possess. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate and sink him along with the rest. Alright. Who's gonna kill me today then? Hey, which one of you scallywags is gonna take me out? I'm going to hoist the Jolly Roger. We're going on a privateering, pirating adventure, depending on what on who we come up against first. If it's the British, we're pirates. If it's the Spanish, we're privateers. Make sure you've got both flags ready just in case. John Paul Jones is a pirate. Alright. Several tanks over there. Anyone up there? No. That's a little M5, that is. It's KV1. That was a pretty good shot, you gotta admit. It could have been better, because I could have killed him, but... How far was that? It's like 900 meters or so. A little bit less than that. Well, I think that's about right. I just missed. Oh, took out one of his ears. Non-penetration. Is the M5 going to get repairs from the KV1? Or help him at least? I can hear someone on the way, I think. Not there. There. Alright. Let's go. Let's do something else. I am playing the British, that is true. I'm the British. And I can be a British, I can be a privateer against the Americans. I think we should bring back privateering laws. And so we should still be able to have people commit acts of piracy against hostile nations. I think that'd make the world a more interesting place if we've got like... If you've got people waving the British flag and like stealing from Russian boats in the Black Sea. How far is that's like okay. It's a little bit too high that was. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate and sink him along with the rest. Oh, John Paul Jones is a pirate. No loyalty does he possess. I'll do. I don't think the M3 or M5, so I don't think that has spotting. I'm not too sure though. It might. It did dink me, so anyone nearby knows I'm here. John Paul Jones is a pirate. No loyalty does he possess. I should go back into Sea of Thieves for a bit soon. I don't really have anything that I want to do in it. It's just sometimes fun to hang out in. It's one of those games that's fun to hang out in and just sail around. It's alright for a few hours, and then... Or maybe like an hour, and then you kind of go, alright, I don't really know what I'm doing now. You kind of, what I need to do is I need to get over my fear of interacting with people in it. Or at least my thoughts of, I don't want to ruin someone's day. I need to get into the mindset of a pirate and try playing Sea of Thieves. I need to get into the mindset of a pirate and then try and play Sea of Thieves and just go around hunting people. I've never done that. I don't know how well it would work since I'd be on my own. Now I can spot all the enemies and get 3 points off of everyone. Yeah, it was an M5 that I shot at earlier. You know what? I've never been up here before. Whether I'm spawning from this side or not, I've never been here. I've always just hated when I've seen people up here. But I'm ruining people's fun all the time in War Thunder. Yeah, but they wouldn't hesitate to ruin mine. That's the thing in War Thunder. In Sea of Thieves, there are people who will hesitate to ruin yours. Also, in War Thunder, there's not really anything else you can do. In Sea of Thieves, you can at least do things that doesn't involve ruining people's day. They're bringing PvE mode in Sea of Thieves in December. As in, they're bringing a PvE mode that is specifically... Like, is it just Sea of Thieves single player, or is it like a Sea of Thieves campaign PvE? Because I don't really have much interest in it being like a campaign type thing. John Paul Jones is a pirate. No loyalty does he possess. It's also, the other thing about Sea of Thieves is that you never know if who you're going to come up against is going to be like a full crew of 4. And it's like, I just wanted to go over there and like ram my boat into someone and start shouting scallywag. And he's got like, they've got like 4 people in there that'll just immediately dome me. Okay. 700 meters, you say? I quite like that the guy calls out distances. That's very useful. Wait, what? Why did it just dip? What was the dip for? Why did the tank dip? Just know Sea of Thieves know there's some milestone achievements. The thing is, I don't know if that sounds good or not. I know it's what I've been asking for since I tried playing Sea of Thieves back in the day. It's what I've been asking for, but I don't know if what I was asking for would make sense in the context of Sea of Thieves. Because the more I think about it, the more I've heard people talk about Sea of Thieves, the more it makes sense that it's a game about piracy. You know, it's a game about pirating. It's not meant to be a game where you go out sailing and feeling safe. As much as I enjoy the sailing aspect of it, I think that the sea is just a really fun place to be on and sailing around. But I'm not too sure if it does actually make sense in the grand scheme of things. It's about piracy and has always online DRM. I really don't understand why people complain about that so much. I've seen people who have bought they'll buy a game, they'll load it up, see it has always online, and then leave an angry review about how much they hate the idea of it always being online. And it's like, well, you bought the game, why does it matter? I'm too young to understand. I understand the idea of like having a game it be yours or playing offline and things like that. That makes sense. I just don't understand why people get so pissy about it. You can't review games without buying them on Steam. Yeah, but like they bought it and played it. Like they bought it with the intention of playing it. If they had that, if they did that, they would have specifically said, I bought it to review it. Why they didn't? They went, I bought this game, found out it had DRM on it, always online DRM on it, and then refunded it or left this review. And it's like, well, first of all, do your research, and second of all, why is it that big of a problem? I've never had a real problem with always online DRM. I thought I said MI24 then. I was like, that's what the fuck do you mean MI24? If it's a purely single player game, you do have a problem. Why? You're not pirating it. I know that's the same thing of saying like nothing to hide, nothing to worry. I know, I understand that. And don't get me wrong, it is very annoying. There are some game, I can't remember which game it is, but which game is it? Is it Elden Ring? Elden Ring might do it, actually. The idea that occasionally you lose connection and the game just turns off. I understand it being annoying, but it's never been something that I've never saw it and gone, that makes me not want to play the game. I just go, alright, I want to play the game though. The game itself works and is fun. Once they pull the servers, I'll never be able to play it. But by that point, I'll be done with it. Yes, you could say the same thing about buying games on Steam. Once they pull the servers, it's gone. So, you know, I don't really care. If they pull the servers in, you know, 20 years, not 20 years, they pull the servers in like 10 years or so, it's like, I'm probably done anyway. What's that M24 again? I like physical media as much as the next person. I know this isn't a physical media debate, but it's all part of it. I love owning physical media as much as the next person. But it's like, you know, instead it's part of the industry that you've just got you got to deal with now, isn't it? Everyone was like, oh, wouldn't it be really good if we can have it so that when we're playing game, like we don't have to change discs, right? We just have the games on a console or online. And so they did that, and they went, hold on, what if people pirate it, which is a reasonable thing for developers to worry about. What if people are pirating their shit? And then when people are like, well, you know, when the developers put something in to stop you from pirating their shit, people get annoyed. Microtransactions is different, because that's just wank. Oh, fuck off. Microtransactions are different because they're just awful. And there's nothing to gain as a player from them. But I've never, I forgot what I was saying. Any thoughts have gone. But no, I've never, that's the thing, I was born so late, it's become the norm for me. No, but I was born in 1998. Like, I lived a significant period of my time. In fact, I've lived about around half of my life, if not over that, with a DRM free world or an always online free world. Like all my gaming experience, my foundational gaming experience was on the GameCube and the Xbox 360. 360 probably started to see it start to get experimented with in a few places, but it was never really a thing back then. I don't like people getting annoyed around random things, like just stupid things on the internet. That's what I don't like. I understand it being annoying to people. It's just like you're spending all your time. People who sit around making like reviews and YouTube videos about how horrible it is and everything. It's like you could be doing something like creative with your time. And you're not. You're just spending it shouting about things on the internet. Like, complain about the real like you complain about like actual problems in gaming, like the fact that games are being released unfinished. You know, I would take a fully functioning game that's got always online DRM over a game that's DRM free but does not work in the slightest. But whatever the fuck, you know what I mean. The idea that DRM shit, fine. I didn't know you could get that yet. I didn't know that the event had started. I didn't know that the that it had happened, that the new battle pass had come on. It's a content creator, kill him. I'd like to, but I failed, and I do have high explosive on me. Is it a content creator? Why haven't I got that then, eh? If it's a content creator, where's mine? Oh, don't move now. I wanted to try and hit him in his driver to stop him from moving. I know I could switch to high explosive. I'm not that much of an idiot, but I'm too much of an idiot to actually do it. I don't know where he's gone now. I just think I can... He's on fire. I think I could chip one over there and get him. No. Someone coming, so I'll go back to our AP. Maya, if you're so special, you come and do it. Someone get him. No, not yet. He's repairing, I think. Not your job. Your job's just to complain about things, not do anything about them. Exactly. Just like all the people I hate on the internet. There you go. Someone got him. No tiny mini guy. I bet you're the person that leaves reviews about how games are shit nowadays and it's not as good as Pong. Back in my day, I used to play Pong and we used to enjoy it. I bet you have several reviews that you have started with back in my day. Did I get hit from behind? Where did that shot come from? Oh yeah, it did. Oh, no, I won't. Other than that, you can't do anything about always online DRM other than complain and just not buy the game. Yeah, but I want the game. If it's a game that I want, then I'm gonna buy it regardless of if it's got always online and DRM in it. You know. That's the thing, is that you can complain about it, but if it's a game you want to play... That's called having no backbone. No, it's called having a backbone and growing a pair of balls and not complaining about shit. Listen, yeah. People are always like, oh yeah, British people do nothing but complain. But I'm out here to try and stop that. I'm never going to complain again. If I ever complain about a game not working again, you have permission to execute me. I expected him to twist a little bit. Oh no, it went through. Fuck off. Who did that? You did. If a game's fun, I don't see why I shouldn't be able to play it. Just because it's got a little bit of a DRM problem. Yeah, that's what I thought. In reality, I don't actually buy that many games to begin with. So the likelihood is that I've bought games. I've not really played many games that have it in, because I think most good games don't have it. Twist my nipples and call me pretty, you'll do the deed. It's like people, it's like, another thing that I don't really get is people complaining about games like Cyberpunk now. Cyberpunk still has a lot of problems in it, yeah, and it's you're 100% valid in complaining about the state it was released in. But the thing is that it's no longer in the same state it was released in, and so I don't understand why people keep are continuing to rag on the game when it's no longer in that state. Like, it's all right to admit that the game has gotten all right, like, playable. It's all. I understand, like, being like criticizing the company for doing that. That's different. Criticize the company all you want, but you still see reviewers, like recent reviewers of Cyberpunk, that complain about how the game was at launch, and it's like, well, you bought it at launch, so I understand you being annoyed at it then. But the game, I bought it now, so I'm seeing it. I paid for the game that we've currently got. You know what I mean? I just don't like people complaining on the internet. That's all. Which, ironic, I know, because I'm complaining about people complaining on the internet. You don't have to point it out. I know. As much as I say that I don't like to complain, I just like to complain about other people complaining, because then that puts me on the moral high ground. You know what I mean? It's all about the moral high ground. You don't have to be on the actual high ground. Not concept 3. Good. What happened to that? What happened to that KV that was around here? Maybe it... Oh, there it was. There once was a man who complained too much, and he got shot out of a cannon. Complaining is easy as well. It's much easier to complain than actually do anything about it. What's this guy doing? I always go for that shot, and it never works. Every time I go for it, you'd think I would learn by now that that shot is like a null shot and doesn't do anything. But I don't. I take the same shot every time, instead of just going into the turret like a normal person does. No. At that point, I guess people still don't like rewarding them for releasing a stinker like that. And also how the game wasn't much like what it was in the marketing. Don't get me wrong, I didn't really buy it based on the marketing. I bought it because I watched the anime and was like, that looks like a fun world to be in. And while I think there's still a lot wrong with it, like the fact that you can be walking down the street and see two identical models walking next to each other, which I don't know how that's even possible. That sounds like a very easy if statement. I'm not a programmer, and I understand that that seems like an if statement. That is, if this model is already in the scene, don't load it again. But, like, It's also you know got Keanu Reeves in it, which fuck Keanu Reeves. You can't just slap Keanu Reeves in something and claim it's good. But the game itself is in a much better and playable state. I saw it. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and tell me that Keanu Reeves is a good actor. You can't. Keanu Reeves is a shit actor. He's good at action scenes. He's good for that. And he's a nice guy. I ain't taking that away from him. But he's a fucking shit actor, and you can't prove otherwise. Listen to a single Johnny Silverhand quote out of anything that he says in well, first of all, any of the John Wick films. But listen to what he says in any of those. I've only seen the first one, so maybe he gets better in later ones. I don't know. But and listen to anything that he says in anything that he says in Cyberpunk, and you'll go, "That's the worst voice actor you've ever seen." Also, I'm not gonna lie. Most of the voice acting and writing in Cyberpunk 2077 is pretty shit as well. The writing's like just flawed. It's like the story is probably fine, but like everything, conversations feel stunted, and characters don't really seem to act in a way that makes sense. Like, you know, so that's always annoying. Gunpla building stream when? Never. Where did this? Who shot this guy? Guy behind there. I probably won't be doing that because that would require a whole new setup for me, like stream setup. What is that? That's a T-34 in it. You gonna use that to come out? No, he ain't. Like, I'm never gonna, based on what I've heard, Keanu Reeves seems like a nice guy, but I'll be fucked if he's I'll be fucked if he's a bad actor or good actor or however you'd use that term. How to use Twitter, social update and internet argument, how to use it, you're here for hentai and memes. That's like, the world would be a whole lot better if they just used Twitter for hentai and memes. Ugh. Internet fanboying has turned you away from a lot of things, like every Western animation, Keanu Reeves, especially Rick and Morty and a bunch of other things. It wasn't really the internet that turned me away from Rick and Morty. Well, it was a little bit. People talking about like how, you know, it became a meme to hate on Rick and Morty viewers, like watchers. But also because it actually just isn't actually that good. It's not really the best. It was all right, like for the season for a little bit, but it got a little bit weak very quickly. Every time I see Keanu Reeves' name, or at least think about it, I want to say Rihanna Keeves. But like, it's just fucking. I don't get how people can like things. Stop liking things is what I'm trying to say. Just go back to a time where we hated everything and no one had any fun. The world would be much better if we just went back to how fucking horrible and salty we all used to be. There we go, I finally got the skink. This doesn't really matter what I'm researching now because I don't really want any of these things. The Rui cat would probably be useful to get, but I don't really care too much. Soon may the Wellerman come. I'll be honest though, I haven't really been turned away from just Western animation in general. I just find that most of it is made for children in a much more obvious way. I'm not saying that anime isn't made for children, but it just feels like it's made for children more in the West. That, and the only real West like adult animation you find in the West is like The Simpsons, Family Guy, I think South Park might still be going. It's that kind of thing, and Rick and Morty, obviously, Futurama. You could go back and watch old Futurama. Actually, I've heard that the newest season isn't too good, but old Futurama is all right. And there's just there feels like coming from. It's obviously it's gonna sound like a weeb being like, oh yeah, anime's better than Western shit, but there's just so much anime. That's the thing. Hi Halo. What's occurring? Oh, it's this map. I hate this map. I was just talking about how much I despise Keanu Reeves, and if I met him in the real world, I'd shake his hand and say, I respect what you do, but I don't like it. I look better than I did after Sekiro. That's weird, because I feel worse. Now, the thing is, less dead and soulless. Well, the thing is, I spent 4 hours fighting one boss in Sekiro that had 3 health bars, so I hated it. And I had, for that entire time, a horrible, horrible headache that came to it. That was, at the end, was hitting a point where it was just too much. And I was also... I wanted to beat it. I didn't want to end the stream without beating it. I was beginning to reach my limit of streaming. Yet I hadn't done any of the goals that I'd set out to achieve on that stream. And so, yeah, I was definitely dead and definitely soulless. But I did beat it. And I felt good. But luckily, I took some paracetamol. I turned the light off at the end as well. It was because I had the light. I have 2 ring lights in front of me. Right now, I've only got one of them up because I was using the tripod for the other one. The other ones, they're both on tripods, sorry, and I was using the other tripod for something else. And I've got on this one, I have it a little bit duller, a little bit lighter. It's not just bright white. And I have some, like, tracing paper over the front of it to act as a diffuser. And on the other one, I haven't made the tracing paper diffuser over it. And so I just had a ring light on almost max brightness, bright white, blaring in my eyes for 4 hours. And, yeah, that kind of, that destroyed my eyes. I turned it off at the end, and then I took some paracetamol and ibuprofen. And... just sort of closed my eyes for about 15 minutes and it began to disappear. But yeah. Definitely maidenless. It doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about being maidenless if you oh, how did he know I was there? He's cheating. We're just gonna say it right now. He's cheating. Well, it's nice knowing you. Being in my Concept 3, I'm going to die now. Did he get shot out of the sky? I'm not sure. But no, I did it. And now I never have to play out Sekiro again on stream. I've been I played it a little bit on my own the other day. I'm doing the what's it? You know the like the true ending. I'm doing the true ending just on my own. The one that's just has extra steps. Just to have done it. I still need to beat Ishin. I still need to beat Ishin on the on my other one. On the one that I did on stream, sorry. I need to beat Ishin on that one. And then I'll have done pretty much everything. But I'm done with Sekiro on stream. I'm not playing that again. I'm gonna play Elden Ring next. And then, I didn't mean to spawn here. I'm gonna play Elden Ring next. And then, after that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not beating the gauntlets. I like Elden Ring, so I'm fine doing that. The only reason that I went to Sekiro is because I had nothing else to do. I went back to it because I didn't want to play War Thunder, and I didn't want to do anything else. And I was like, I can get away with going back to Sekiro since I've got other stuff to be doing. I wouldn't just be playing the game from scratch again. What about the other two Souls games? I mean, I could still do those. I just don't own those. Well, I own Dark Souls 2. And I just don't really know if I want to play Dark Souls 2. That's the thing. I'd have to buy Dark Souls 1. I don't know if I want to play Dark Souls 2. And to be fair, I don't even know if I want to play Dark Souls 1. But I do want to play. I want to play Elden Ring. I've been wanting to play Elden Ring a little bit for a time. I want to play again. Sorry. And then I also want to. I hit a pole. I hit that pole right there. I also want to play Bloodborne again. I can't remember what I hit when I first shot. That's why I shot into a seemingly nonsensical place. There we go. That's not something, it's a treat. But yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna start a new game on Elden Ring as well. I'm gonna start a new game and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna just do like the Elden Lord ending or whatever the default ending is. I'm not gonna do anything crazy on that. Mostly because there's nothing. You don't miss out on anything by doing any different endings. Where'd that KV go? What? Did it die? No, it just ran away. There we go. It's fine. If I play Bloodborne, if I'm gonna do when I do Bloodborne, I will do the true ending of that because that's relatively simple. All you have to do is get 3 umbilical cords before the end of the game, which would just be a case of looking those up, but that's not too difficult. And you unlock the bonus end boss. So I've got that, and then other than that, I don't really know what I'm doing. Once City Skylines 2 gets optimized, I might play that, but as much as I want to play that on stream, I don't know what I'm going to do in that on stream. Because, well, it's just an open world, it's an open-ended sandbox game. So there's a little bit of like I don't really know what I'm doing for that yet. There's also the game that Ostrich mentioned, which is Lords of the Fallen. And I looked that up and that seemed like it might be alright. But I'm not too sure. It seems like a lot of the problems that people were having with that. And I saw one person who was like, this game is terrible. It's a spit in the face of Souls-like games. But for that in general, what I saw is that the problem is performance issues with that. And that the game is alright, I suppose. So maybe I'll look into that at some point, but I'm not too sure yet. I'm pretty certain there's a tank in front of me. Don't ask why I moved my head to look there, it's not important. Okay. Streaming's hard because you gotta always find something to do. And if you're like me, you end up just falling back on the same thing over and over again. You've gotta find like a... You gotta find something new to do every week. Which sounds easy if you're, you know, not me. I can hear this T-34 here. Da, da, ba, da, 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 da. It's also probably, it'll probably also be much easier if I still had that childlike wonder and the thought of getting a new game that I used to have. I used to be like pissing and shitting with glee every time that I got a new game when I was younger. And nowadays I get a new game, I'm excited for about 30 minutes, and then I just go back to whatever baseline feeling I had before buying it. I remember when Pokemon Platinum came out for the DS, and I went and got that from Game. I think it was Game, but I don't think Game Station was still around. And I remember like taking it out of its plastic while in the car on the way home, and like just sitting and reading it on the way home, and like reading the back of it, opening it up. There wasn't really anything on the inside of it, but I remember like sitting and reading it. Oops. Probably had plenty of time to actually shoot that, but never mind. Something behind me. Is that... Did he see me? No. Is this Hungarian vehicle? No, I'm here. I remember taking it out of its plastic, and then like while sitting in the car, putting it like gently putting it back in its plastic, so it wouldn't so I wouldn't scratch it on the way home. Am I excited for the Vark? No. Why would I be excited for the Aardvark? When have I ever been excited for a new plane getting added to the game? What's so special about it? I'm not, to be fair, I was excited when I heard that Japan was getting a new anti-air, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, never mind. I was excited for the anti-air, and then I was like, oh wait, no, it's just gonna be, it's just a Type 93, but bigger, really. I'm not saying that it's not, it looks alright, it's not the worst looking vehicle, but like I said, it's just a Type 93, but bigger. And I don't trust this, even with this new infrared system they're adding, I don't trust that the IR missiles are going to work. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Gonna make food. Alright. If you're alright with ripping the wings off, you could also pack like 400 rockets onto its wings, the Aardvark. I'm probably more excited about the second before a robber's gonna shoot me than the War Thunder update. Yeah. Well, the thing is that the War Thunder updates aren't as exciting as they used to be. They used to be really exciting because it was like, oh yeah, War Thunder update, we're getting like new things when I first started playing the game. And now I'm just like, oh, War Thunder update. They're never that exciting because it's never anything really that it's never as groundbreaking. It's always the trailers that are much more exciting than the actual update. I like the Sabo effect. I like the new Sabo effect on APFSDS rounds. That's nice. I mean, to be fair, it's like I say every update, is that I care more about the graphical like updates as opposed to the gameplay updates. Although to be fair, the physical Sabo could be classed as a gameplay update, but I don't think it's ever going to be anything that people are going to actively use as a gameplay feature, unless you are shooting at incoming planes and hoping that you hit them with a little bit of the thing, whatever it's called, the Sabo, the sabot. Bonjour, it is l'ami, le sabot. Da 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 da. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. I hope I haven't had like any important texts or phone calls over the course of this stream that's like, by the way, you're gonna die in 6 minutes. Because I haven't had my phone has been sat on my tripod this whole time, just staring at me. I was trying to do something for a for one of the videos. Well, I said one of the videos. I ain't fucking the video that I'm working on. But I don't actually know if I'm going to do it because it requires me to read off a script, and I'm terrible at reading scripts. But no, I'm not terrible at reading off scripts. I'm terrible at at talking, remembering what I'm having to say, looking into the camera, and looking natural all at the same time, while making sure that I don't just sound like I'm a 4-year-old reading aloud their lines at a Christmas play. If you remove a lot of the... If you remove a lot of what of those steps, I can do it quite well. Like, if I just have to read the script out loud, I can do that easily. But I'm absolutely terrible at... First of all, I'm terrible at writing scripts. That's something else that I'm just awful at. But that's neither here nor there. Reading it's the true problem. Why is this, the ground here is horrible. Alright. You get up here. I don't think you can. That seems... I know this game's traction enough to know I can't. It's pretty hard to read things when you can't read. Yeah, I can write, just not read. I can... It's definitely a skill that I've lost. Well, I've never had the skill in reading. It's always something that I've struggled with. At least if it's something that I have wrote, I can be a little bit... It's a little bit more like, okay, I wrote that so I know what's coming next, sort of thing. So I can at least prepare myself mentally for it. I can't... I should probably go back to school and ask someone to teach me to read, I'll be honest. It's not mandatory learning in the UK. You're not required to learn how to read. What the fuck is going on over there? Oh, someone's shooting. The UK actually has the world's lowest literacy rate. How did I not hear him? What about him was not making any noise? He had his engine on. I can see that his engine was on. He just wasn't making any noise. Okay. Anything in this? Something in the sky. It might be friendly, actually. I probably should have put an anti-air on this. There's been a number of times where I wanted to do anti-air, although they're not the best at this battle rating. I just don't understand why this has got such a low... Like, I kind of get it. There's such a low... I find it hard to... Like, that seems like it'd be very easy for planes to just sort of, you know, not come in at that angle. I suppose, actually, if you're dropping bombs, you'd want to come in at that kind of angle. As far as I'm aware, it's a common misconception that like, Stuka dive bombers, they actually dived. Like, they did, don't get me wrong, but they didn't dive at, like, a 90-degree angle. They did come in more at a, they're not doing the sort of angles that you see in this. This is the Dicker Max I can hear. Ugh. Take my phone off. Okay, so that is my attention. No. Never mind, I got a Kickstarter alert from my mini factory. Thank you. I'll make sure to ignore that. I almost died to the PE8. I was actually quite lucky, actually. I suppose because I was lower down. Ah. I should have gotten coffee earlier when I went downstairs to get a drink. I would have needed. I've been trying to drink less. Not very effectively or well or actually at all. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along and hoping that you believe me. Because I know that the thing is, sometimes I'll drink coffee on stream and it really helps. Then other times it makes me like too energetic and it makes my brain like work. Like, it's not that. I think it's the coffee that's the problem, as in that I don't have any. Oh, whatever, fine. I think it's the fact that I've not had any coffee, but in fact, it's, you know, several other things that are the problem. And now I've just got a high heart rate, and my brain is still moving at the same speed. Is there someone over here? It sounds like there is. I think it's the M4E2. My mouth has gone all dry and weird. Well, my lips have. I need to wear lipstick on stream. What I'm gonna do is start doing makeup tutorials. There we go. I think that'd be great. I think makeup tutorials from someone who's never put makeup on before. I can hear something in front of me. We do have this Panzer IV to keep an eye on him. Might be able to get a shot off somewhere else while I'm waiting. I got a shot off, and it was while I was waiting, but it wasn't a good one. Anything else? No, although I am a little bit concerned that that SU is now going to come after me. Is it gone? It's gone. That Panzer IV got taken out. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that Panzer IV got taken out. Because now I haven't got any fucking rifle machine gun. It was. Where's he looking now? Ugh. Fuck it, I'm going down here. Let me go down here. Stop getting caught. I want to leave. I'm not pissing about with that. I'm leaving that to someone else. The guys who are doing other things can go and deal with that. I'm gonna go on an adventure and cry and hide. I'm gonna get myself. I'm gonna find a hole to fall in, like this one here, and hope that whatever it was that just shot at me will not shoot at me again. I haven't got the depression for this. Is that the, yeah, it's the Italian Firefly. Go. This guy here. There's also something else I hear. Yeah, that. I'm just hoping I can ignore that. Does this guy, that guy's not looking at me. Good. This guy might. He's not. Can I go through? That's an awkward angle. But it is not. I could probably go through that. I'm just bad. Is that T-34 not turned around yet? Nope. Okay. Let's see some move now. There we go. Start that capping, and I'm gonna leave. I think. I thought I saw something move up there. Oh, there's something there. It's a Beretta. Can I do that? Can I, like, just sneak that on there? Maybe. What's here? Something's moving. There's also the anti-air behind me that I am concerned about. Okay, he just got artillery. Good. It means it's not my problem. Oh. What's that there? That was this. I did something with that. Don't know what. I also don't know what this or where this is. There it is. Got him. Oh, a beautiful little thing. Isn't what I did to him was beautiful. There we go. That. Oh, okay. He only had one crew left. I was hoping to take out his engine, not kill him. Oh, M16. I love the M16. I wish it wasn't like. I mean, to be fair, I could use it at any battle rating. It's a great anti-air. It's just unfortunate that it's not the best at anti-tank things, but it's like the American equivalent of the Whirlwind. I think people get too caught up on how good German anti-air is, and they forget just how amazing the M16 is. The M13 to a lesser degree, or M14. No, the M15 is awful. I know it's just the same. I know it's the same, but with a 37mm. But just the fact that it has a 37mm on it just makes it worse somehow for me. And I don't like it because of that fact. It's also stupid and has a big bulky turret to it, which just looks stupid, and that's why I don't like it. Well, who shot me? Oh, you did. Load a fuel tank. Yeah, the M15 does have two coaxial 50 cals, but I'm saying that the fact that it has the 37mm on it makes me hate it. If it didn't have the 30mm on it, I probably still would hate it as well because it has a horrible looking turret to it. The bomb on me. Never mind. But it was, but it missed. I don't like the look of the turret. So they're all my reasons why I don't like the M15. It looks bad and it has a 37mm on it that's useless. It's useless against aircraft and it's useless against tanks. Go. Is that T-34 doing things? There we go. Not letting you get out. Someone else around? No. Let's do this. Scare him a little bit. Give him a little jostle. Oh, we sending it back, are we? We're having a little artillery war. Who dares moves first? I guess. Unless this other T-34 just runs in and takes him out. Yep. Try me. Ugh. Where's this T-30? Where's this other T-34 gone? There he is, I think. No? Oh, that doesn't feel right. Is it? No. Where'd the T-34 go? Where's my little T-34 friend gone? There he is. I missed you. I don't know what it is that's shooting at me right now, but I deserve whatever it's throwing at me. What is throwing? What is shooting at me? I think it's T-34. I'll repair my radiator. It's only going to take 35 seconds. Just blow on it a little bit. Spit on it and blow on it. something coming at me? Yeah, it is. I mean, it is, but it's... There's no idea how it's for sure. That person is as bad at cast as I am. So I respect it. It's sad to see. It's sad when you're on the receiving end of a bad cast player. But I do respect it as a terrible cast player myself. I don't have a loader, it's taking ages to load. Nope, fuck that up. I think it'll be fine. 3-inch gun carry is pretty good as well. It's too bad that the only shell it gets is an uncapped shell, but I've only ever had like one good battle in it. But that one good battle I had in it really made me like it. Unless people know to go into the, like, well, yeah. Unless people know to go into the lower glaciers. Yeah. Did it go up? What, like recently? Did it only recently go up? I thought it was always 3.0. It's just because it was almost immune from the front. But like I said, the problem is it had the uncapped shell, which is very difficult to use. I actually spaded it on stream. Back when I first started streaming, I was playing Britain and I was going through and spading all my vehicles. That's how, like when I was in full grind mode. Oops. I spaded like all the way up to here. And then I stopped. Oh, I should probably stop spinning this around on my finger. But, you know, it was almost all right. Kind of. I mean, at least it's still 3.0. It's not like it got put up to 4 or 5. What time is it? Do I want to stop a little bit? What time? What? I don't know why I said what time it is. Is it twice? I meant to ask how long I'd been streaming for, and then what time it is. I think I'm gonna leave it there because I'm tired. I'm tired. I played War Thunder for 3 hours, and I never want to open my mouth again. So I'm gonna go and do what it is I usually do when I'm not streaming, which is something, and then. On Friday, I don't know if I'm streaming because we're getting the decorator in, so we'll see. We'll see what goes on Friday. But even then, I don't know what I'm doing on Friday, just in terms of stream. But we'll see. I'm gonna wank after this. Well, no, I've got to make sure. I've got to do other things first. I've got to be at least slightly productive, like getting something to eat. I might pass out if I have a wank after not having anything to eat since this morning. So yeah, that's it. I'm going. I don't know what I'm playing with. I'm fiddling. He's a fiddler. He's fiddling again. I'm leaving. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on. If not Friday, I'll see you on Monday. So yeah, take care and bye bye.